Well, hello, everybody. I just want to give a quick rundown of what happened with the first Friday night jam with Swaggy J last night. And I'm just going to give you the facts. The first fact is that nobody showed up. Now, two people did come, my beautiful, amazing, a wonderful wife and my incredible son. And we actually had a great time together. So, a couple of things that happened last night. The reason I'm feeling really good about it was a couple of things. Last night was really about me creating what's called a resistance yield point, the actual point of resistance that I believe I had to come up against and push against that resistance. And that's called the resistance yield point. That's where I have to yield, and it is a point, right? And then I have to do something what's called a resistance push through. I have to do something to push through that resistance because I believe that we have to have necessary healthy resistance in order to create healthy growth. And that results in many positive things. But that requires me to hold. I had to hold. Nobody was there. I was standing there. My wife came, my son came, had to hold through that experience. Then I had to do some effort. And I really want to thank my wife on this. She said, let's do some breathing. So the three of us went through the breathing exercises that I was going to do together as a group. And guess what I heard from both of them? They loved it. They said, my God, this really works. And my wife said, when we did some vagal work on the vagus nerve, the wandering nerve alignment, which is so important and very real, said, I can relate to this because when I sang in choir, and we were singing, I felt a very strong connection and a bond to somebody in that choir based on that. Well, that was because your vagus nerve was connecting with somebody else's vagus nerve, and we did something in that area as well. Both Lucas and Stephanie said that they felt those things and they really did appreciate the relaxation and the presence and the full engagement and the alignment that with the work that we did. And it was just a few minutes. And then what all of it was going to result in is what I call a new resistance threshold or a recalibrated threshold. So what have I done kind of in this weekend? I've been recalibrating my threshold in a variety of areas. I've turned down the temperature in my cold plunge because it needs to be just a little bit colder. It went down 3 degrees. So now it's at a toasty 43 degrees. And that's my daily part of my daily routine. My Wim Hof breath work, I've increased the intensity of the breaths because now I have to become more intense. So that increased threshold or the resistance threshold is moving up. Doesn't make it easier, makes it harder, but at the same time, the resistance is what's important to me. And now I'm pushing the threshold up. I've made some adjustments here to Swaggy J's Optimal High Energy Nuts. Brand new batch is going to be made right now. And I also made a couple of adjustments to Swaggy J's Megas. And the Megas are the hit of the town. Everybody who had them said I nailed it on this. And I've made an ingredient adjustment to Swaggy J's Smack Daddy Creamer, which also goes into the Megas because I found a very small piece that was not optimally healthy. And I decided to make an adjustment there as well. We'll see how it's going. So again, I'm in this process of really trying to define what's called a resistance yield point, trying to create my own resistance yield points. Then I'm going through with resistance push through, which requires to hold and to have effort and to do it over and over and over again. One-offs don't work. And then it's to create what's called a recalibrated threshold, to move through, create new, deeper levels of threshold. There's something else I haven't talked about, and that's super compensation. And basically what that is all the feelings, all the ups, all the downs. And I decided this morning, I took the entire morning off. No breathing, no cold plunging, no running, no lifting weights, none. I simply was being because I had to feel the super compensation from last night's event and really try to really get into the increased living state and then parlay that into improved living experiences. And that again comes through the process that I just described. And that's where I'm at right now. So feeling pretty good, feeling really optimistic, excited about some things. I'm looking forward to trying again another Friday night jam in the future. Please don't misunderstand. I'm going to be out of town for a little bit, taking some much needed vacation and family time, but I will try again. It will be a few weeks out at least because we're going to do some traveling and have some fun as a family. So anyway, just wanted to report in. That's a lot. Making some new Swaggy J's Optimal High Energy Nuts. Going to be working on some Megas. And again, always improving Swaggy J's Smack Daddy Creamer. and made some adjustments there that I think are going to be really even more healthy and even better. And of course, the Swaggy J's Kick-Ass Cold Brew is brewing right now. So, hey, with love, yo.